What's going on, everybody? Alonzo here with GulfCoastSmoke.com, and today we're making a breakfast Juicy Lucy. Okay, so what is a breakfast Juicy Lucy? What is a Juicy Lucy in general? So it's just a burger where the cheese is literally inside instead of on top, basically a stuffed burger. We're gonna bring all of the delicious breakfast elements to this. I wanna show you guys the ingredients, and then I wanna get outside and make this Juicy Lucy. We're gonna start with some 80-20 ground beef, some pork chorizo, a few different types of cheese, bacon and eggs, and what I'm personally most excited about is these hash browns. So the first thing we want to do is start building our burgers, and we want to start that process of incorporating all those beautiful breakfast flavors that we're trying to get into this Juicy Lucy today. So we're going to start with 2 links of our pork chorizo, and we're going to add it straight to our 80-20 ground beef. Exactly like this. Now I'm just going to mix everything together. And I can tell you what, this already smells out of this world. I love chorizo, and I know that this is really going to be amazing. So my friends from Tuttle's Meat Market, they actually make a chorizo burger, and it's really where I got the idea for this. So I already know that this is going to be really dang good. You can see the chorizo mixed into that ground meat, and that is exactly what we want. Let's start stuffing these, get them outside, and start cooking. I've got some parchment paper laid down, and we're going to start with some of our ground meat mixture. I do like to lay a little bit more out on the bottom just to make sure that I have enough that I can fold over in the end. And then from here, I want to add some jalapeno jack cheese. I really like the way this tastes and melts. Then we'll put a little bit more of that meat mixture on top. The way I like to make them is you can obviously see that there's nowhere near enough on top, but I'll fold over the sides, make sure that I pinch everything together, and then I'm just going to start shaping everything from here. Got my son that just walked in front of both of the cameras. If anything starts shaking, that's my bad, but it is what it is. If I need to, I can add a little more of this ground meat mixture where I feel like there's not enough. So for example, right here, I can feel the cheese just right on the other side of that. So I'll just add a little bit more and continue to shape this in. And this right here is exactly what I want to see. We're going to make a few more of these because I'm not the only one eating dinner, and then we'll be right back to put these on the grill. Okay, we're outside, and we're going to use our Weber kettle to cook our Juicy Lucy's, and we've made these in the past plenty of times. So today what I want to do is I want a good and even consistent cook. So we don't want this too hot. We've noticed in the past that when it gets too hot, you'll notice splitting, that cheese is going to ooze, and it comes out of that Juicy Lucy, making it really just a stuffed burger that doesn't look that good. So I have a full chimney of charcoal here, and I am going to light it, but once the coals are around halfway lit, I'm going to dump it out, and we're going to use a 2-zone fire. So the hot coals are going to be right on top of the unlit coals, and that's going to give us that really nice, even, consistent 300-degree cook. And while we're waiting for our charcoal to light, I've put the Juicy Lucy's into the freezer. I found if you've put them in there for around 10 to 15 minutes, they come out much better. All right, we're going to pour our charcoal out to one side here. Then I'm just going to spread everything out. I am going to push it pretty much to one side as much as I can. Then we're going to put our grate down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my cast iron into the grill. So I am going to offset it away from the coals just a little bit. I don't have much room, but just enough to put it to where it's not right on top. So I do want this hot because we're going to be cooking some bacon and some hash browns, but I don't want it burning up. I'm also going to put my upper decker in here just to make sure I can get my Juicy Lucy's as far away from this heat as possible. Now, we're going to make sure to put the vents right over the burgers because all of that good charcoal flavor and that smoke is going to exit right here, and it's going to hit those burgers. But let's get them on and let's let them ride. We don't want to start anything else yet. This is going to go pretty quickly in the end just because we want everything to be fresh. But for now, let's just put the burgers on. Chorizo brings a lot of flavor, so we are going to hit these with a little bit of Osmo salt and some black pepper right before we put them on. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes on these burgers, and they're not ready yet, but I am ready to start cooking some bacon. So the bacon grease is going to be great for our eggs and for our hash browns that we're going to cook right after this. Bacon's all done. Now let's put down some potatoes. I'm making these about the size of the burger. We're going to put some salt and pepper right on top. And these should probably take just a few minutes. If we need to, we can keep these on keep warm in our oven. We're going to flip. Probably could have gone a little bit longer on this side, but that's a good indicator that I need to keep cooking these. And about 30 minutes later, these burgers are done. Our bacon's done, our hash browns are done, and we temped these out just a second ago. They're temping right at around 146 degrees, so we'll let these go all the way to about 150. They'll carry over just a little bit. We're going to take these inside, make these eggs, and then it's time to build this burger. Last but not least, we are going to make a few over easy eggs. Same exact thing here. We're going to hit these with a little bit of Osmo salt and black pepper. Little flip. And we're going to season the other side as well. Last but not least, we are going to toast our buns. Now it's time to build our breakfast Juicy Lucy, and we are starting with a well-toasted bun. Right on top of that, I'm putting some of these crispy hash browns. I like ketchup on my hash browns, so I'm going to throw some here. Right on top of that is going to be our chorizo burger. Next will be a few strips of bacon. And last but not least, we're going to top with our over easy egg. And now it's time to crown the Juicy Lucy. And now all there's left to do is take a bite. That is so freaking good. The egg is cooked perfectly. So cheesy. The chorizo comes through with so much flavor. The bacon, the crispy hash browns that give it the beautiful texture. The ketchup is a little bit sweet. It is perfect. From the bottom of my heart and soul, I think this is literally the best thing that I've ever made. It is out of this world. I just cannot believe how good this turned out. You have to try this. If you've never tried anything I've made on this channel, this is something that you have to try. I promise you that you are in for a treat. The greatest thing we've ever cooked on this channel, that might be the title to this video. As always, I really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. If you don't make this, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to give you a hug. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one.